Okay, so yesterday, let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so yesterday we started looking at the NSG. Yeah. So let me quickly run through this, the NSG again. Okay, so your company has several sites. User compared. Your company has several sites. Okay, site like different offices across geopolitical places. Yeah. So we one in Dallas, one in Texas, one in Maryland, all of that. So user company wide, we use an enterprise resource planning app to migrate to Azure. The company will only consider moving key systems onto the platform if stringent security requirements can be met. So you can see that most of the time, when it comes to company moving their resources to Azure platform, the number one thing they're always looking at is the security. They want notice even when we're learning Azure Active Directory, you understand? It's basically just for security. So these requirements include tight control. You also need to secure both your virtual machine networking and your Azure services networking. So basically, security. So your goal is to prevent unwanted or unsecure network traffic from being able to reach your key systems. So you need to implement what we call network security group. So you need to create a network security group rule, ensure rules. Okay, so now, so let's implement your network security group. So you can limit your network traffic to resources in a virtual network using a network security group. So the network security group contains a list of rules. These are a set of rules that allows and deny inbound or outbound traffic. So I'm going to show you this. So let's assume, where is it? Let me log into Azure portal. Okay, so look at this particular virtual machine.
Okay. Alàgbà, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ṣe lè bá mi gbé ìṣẹ́jú yẹn. Mr. Adigun, alápò méjì. Ẹ jẹ́ bá mi reduce audio fíìmù yẹn jọ.
Okay, so now look at this virtual machine. Of course, you already know this is your virtual machine. The status of the machine means it's running, right? Which means that it started. And then this machine size is this size. Then this machine has a public IP address that you can connect with. And then this machine is in a virtual network, MRO, virtual network slash subnet. So it's in a default, it's in a subnet called default, right? So which means that if I go to Sheun VM network, this is the virtual network. See machine to are located, right? So this virtual network has an address space of this right? So then this is the address space of the virtual network, which is 65,000 right? So, but let's check all the subnets in this VMnet. So there's only one subnet, which is a subnet called default that has only one machine. So we go inside defaults now. You understand now? So now,
Yes.
Tabapara see this particular virtual machine. Your virtual machine has the networking. I just showed you now. So this is the name of the virtual network. It's called Sheun VM, right? And then the subnet is default, like I showed you. This is the IP address, right? This is the public IP address, and this is the private IP address. Okay. Now, there's something called network interface card. I don't know if I've spoken about this before. Apart from okay, with your laptop or your desktop, if you want to connect to the internet, apart from your Wi-Fi, you can use a LAN cable. Sharing LAN cable here, that means MOB pin to man join laying computer or beside the laptop. Like the laptop or to buy the desktop or laptop. Sharing is a device. Device device so any port to one time. So okay, device any network interface card, NIC.
Okay.
So NIC any LAN port to my plug Be that I plug USB cable, USB port. So NIC yes, virtualized. That is okay, virtual machine virtual environment. So NIC ni lo yẹ ká plug LAN cable wa mọ́. So if you plug LAN cable mọ́, you are automatically plugging your internet access to that machine, to that physical machine. Do you agree with me? Yes. But within the network of your company, physical networking, that particular machine or laptop must be in a particular subnet based on what networking. So only get admin subnet ló right?
Yeah.
Potentially one back end, depending on if you talk within the so now you can now configure something that is called network security group. Network security group. For short, NSG. Sign that beginning shield.
Okay, shield is a security.
Yes, network security group. What have you shield? You understand? So about one thing, this network security group is not attached to any subnet. So we want customer with zero subnet, but it is attached to one network interface. So it's attached to this interface because only virtual machine is lower.
Okay.
So network this net NSG ọ̀nà mẹ́rin ló lè gbà how will I put it now? Ló lè gbà configure sórí ẹ̀. Ọ̀nà mẹ́rin wọ́n lè gbà configure sórí network yẹn, sórí NSG yẹn. Ọ̀nà inbound port rules. Ṣé o pé port ní link yẹn, port ní ìlẹ́nu ọ̀nà ibi tí traffic máa gbà wọlé. Ìtumọ̀ port yẹn nìyẹn.
Port of entry,
traffic máa gbà wọlé ẹnu. So that is why you have USB ports, LAN ports,
charging ports.
No, it's a charging point. Charging port.
When charging,
networking town.
Port is an entrance. That's the same thing.
No. Just an entrance. You understand? So now, when it comes to networking, generally, your port can be physical and your port can be physical in the sense that you can see your physical port like your LAN port. Then lẹ́nu àwọn àwọn physical port yẹn ní àwọn switches àti routers. Ibi tó máa ń kí wáyà bọ̀ yẹn. Tẹ́ bá ṣe ìrántí, if you still remember. Hello.
I'm here.
Àwọn ibi tó máa ń kí wáyà bọ̀ yẹn. So irú bíbá yẹn sẹ̀. Àwọn ihò yìí, àwọn port yẹn nìyẹn. Jẹ́ kí n wò bóyá kí n ṣe ilé yóò ní port dára. Ṣé ti rí? So àwọn port yẹn ni bàbá yẹn examine ó block bíbá yìí but ìkànnì. So àwọn lè ní router port, switches. So different ports yẹn. Then serial console port náà wà. Serial console port náà wà. You understand? Because you really see àwọn ports yẹn sí. But you really see ṣe electric port là ń lè wáyé. Wọ́n fẹ́ plug ẹ̀ mọ́ náà. So but port mi. Irú ilé ìwà ẹ̀sìn port ilé yìí sìn ó yàtọ̀ sí àwọn LAN port. Ẹ wá wò bí ìgbà tó straight ní ilé àwọn kíni ilé àwọn fiber port ilé ìsìn fiber optics. Ẹ wá àwọn kíni fiber optics yẹn èyí tó máa plug tó máa gbé backbone internet backbone wá. So that's the idea of your port can be physical. Òun lè ti rí yìí sìn. Your port can be physical. Then you can now have your port at the OS level. You know what I mean by OS level? Operating system. That is the operating system it can be Windows or can be Linux, right? Can be Windows, can be Linux. Operating system, you can now begin to have different ports. So maybe later you can go and learn about ports, and what's the name? Different ports are available. That's why you now begin to talk about this port 3389 because it's at the OS level. They are not physical. You can open them within the operating system. You can open this port number within the operating system. Then this particular port 80, that allows internet access. You understand? Then you can look for port 22. Have you heard of port 22 before? Port 22.
No.
Only Linux. Nothing.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Your voice went for like some seconds.
Yes, I saw that too. I was wondering what went wrong. I was wondering what went wrong. So I was saying that there are ports that can also be opened. There are ports that can be opened at the OS level. Sure you get?
Yeah.
So let me see if, let me search for port numbers. Port and protocols. So there are ports and there are protocols. So there are port and protocols. So here now you have 40 network protocols and port numbers. So, then you can have list of ports. Let me search for port numbers. She and port in physically not OS guest level. So, but in order to identify them, they give some numbers. So they give them some numbers. So I was saying, said, what is a port number? A port number is a way to identify a specific process to which an internet or other network message is to be forwarded when it arrives at the server. So our processes were here within the OS level, one for one port number, one for one numbers, so that while if you identify one, so I think let me go to this just for you to show you. So you can later, so list of TCP and UDP port number. So which port number? Over 65,000 port numbers.
Wow.
Yes, over 65,000 port numbers. So Google our port cherry ports and the numbers. You can one number from port 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. Then they let you know, is it this port, is it under TCP or under UDP? You know? That is your transport layer. So layer 4 transport layer. So look at port 22. So your port 22 is TCP, you know, and then it is called secure shell, SSH.
So SSH to Linux, I mean AWS.
Exactly. Exactly. So you use that call protocol to secure into. Then they also use for file transfer and port forwarding. So port 21, sir, if you look at this, port 21 is for your file transfer protocol. If you want to transfer protocol, so they have a transfer file, share lórí Teams, they say. They have share file pẹ̀lú mi lórí Teams. Bàṣẹ sọ̀rọ̀ yìí sí Teams, they share file. Teams na fi ń ṣe meeting yìí sẹ́.
Okay, Teams, okay.
Teams, if you share a file, then you have used this port to send that file. So if you share a file with me on WhatsApp, a file, because who are secured, you have used this file. So both port 20 and port 21 is used for file transfer protocol, data transfer. So port 20 basically. Then port 22, your SQL shell. Then port 23, telnet protocol. Now look at this statement, say unencrypted text message communication. So it means that when you use telnet is not secured because it is unencrypted. People can see, as a third party can see your password when you are trying to use telnet to log in. But your SSH, which is the opposite of your telnet, is very secure. You understand? Now look at this. When you send an email, this is the port that enables emails, your SMTP, which is called Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. So if you see this thing, only simple mail transfer protocol (SMTP) is an internet standard communication protocol for electronic mail. So if I send an email to you, you send an email to me, this is the port and protocol on your phone or laptop to communicate with the server, that is the email server. And there are different servers with the email servers. So now, only mail servers and other message transfer agents use SMTP to send and receive email. So your Outlook will use SMTP, your Gmail will use SMTP, your whatever. So user level email client typically use SMTP only for sending. Just get the and all this for me is because they are very popular. That when I talk about them, you say, oh yeah. That's the reason I'm talking about them. Okay. So I'm trying to call you, but because, like I said, I need to go that extra mile for you.
Thank you.
So a lot of protocols and ports, that is a lot of them. But then you also need this. Look at 53. 53 is also UDP.
Yes.
Whether you like it or not, you are still going to learn DNS in this your training, especially in networking.
Route 53, about the register of that awful domain name. Route 65, I cannot quick in and make sense. But let's continue.
Okay. So what does this port? What does it do? This is port 53. Is for your domain name system. So on the particular server, port number is 53. Port number is 53. So on a particular server, if let's say you have 100 computers joined to your server, if they are trying to look for the domain name server, this is the port they will speak to. Do you understand? If they want to, if let's say you and I are Waluri akimakesta.com, domain one here, and that's our company. All our computers are joined to Akimakesta server, right? If you want to send, and I'm working with you, if you need to send an email to me, your computer, which is the client now, we first of all talk to the email server you have on your physical server, on our server, on our data center, at port 25. Shall we port 25? Look, we're into the email here, SMTP, to say, okay, look for Ade.so and send, this is what I want to send to you. So when you press send, message lost in the server.
Wow.
But in the server, port here, SMTP port. Send it, see me. It's my reply, the same thing. So everything goes, nothing goes inside server. So then, at the same thing as your domain name system. Domain name, if you are trying to, you're saying, I'm trying to locate akimakesta.com, right? But I know that the IP of akimakesta.com is 192.168.1.1. So if you press that, the machine will go and look for port 53 and say, okay, port 53, you are the domain name server. Okay, this IP, what does it resolve into? This IP resolves into akimakesta.com. So let's go now. So because you might not know some of the things that would, so you go. So there's no, but I'll talk about common. Now look at port 67, DHCP, your dynamic host configuration protocol. What does this one do? It's a network management protocol used on internet protocol network to automatically assign IP. Okay, as you call IP assignments, both static and dynamic.
Dynamic.
If your machine is joined to akimakesta.com, and we have 100 machines on akimakesta.com. Tẹ́bá plug the machine by, or tẹ́bá plug through Wi-Fi or through laptop. Tẹ́bá sign in, tẹ́bá turn machine tẹ́ sign in. Tẹ́bá connect to Wi-Fi. The first thing the machine pay, where is the server here? You will not know. They will communicate with themselves. Only, hey, I am here. Okay, I need an IP. The DHCP server will now send an available IP to your machine. But the machine that is asking question that where is the server here regarding IP, you have to talk to port 67 so that you can contact. You should have any shop number you know.
Okay.
So yeah, so that you know. So which other one? There are plenty cherry pop, but I'm just talking about the common ones that if they ask you as an IT person, you must be able to. So this port 1092, they use it for sending emails. It's called POP. Thematic configuration for you. It's also there. Okay. SQL port. Net BIOS. 0. Remote network server. Transfer. So look at this port 443. So it's called Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP. You already know that if you want to communicate to anything on the internet, you must go through HTTPS secured, right? So you already know that one. So the one that is not secure is port 80. That is keep here. On the YSL.
Okay.
80. Look at it. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. But we were secured. So transfer protocol on top of UDP. But meanwhile, Y443 is very secured.
It's very secured.
Okay. There are a lot of. So Shetty rebellions when we talk about port and protocol. So let me show you 3389. Register ports. (3389). Share my number 3389.
Which one, son?
Share my port. Share my cotton share.
3389 in the nǹkan ni ẹ sọ pé ọ̀nà ń lò fún ṣé Microsoft kan ní bẹ́ẹ̀.
Really, was I light?
Oh, yes. Okay.
So yeah, Remote Desktop Protocol (RDP) is a proprietary protocol developed by Microsoft Corporation, which provides the user with a graphical interface to connect to another computer over a network connection. The user employs RDP client software for the purpose. So port 3389 is used for that for this purpose. So there's another port 15. Is it 1533? 1533. Okay, sure. Yes.
IBM.
No. 1533. What's our sequence about? It's 1433. Continue. 1432. So look at this port number. Kilo ṣe.
Microsoft expect database management system. Ṣé bò ní security ẹ̀kan yẹn? Àbúkọ ní port 441433. Òun ní kí ló kọ ilé ìlú? Mímbọ̀ òun là ń lò ní kinní náà tá bá ti fẹ́ tá máa ń ṣe kinní sí. TCP àbí kí lórúkọ yẹn?
No. Only now, I like it. Microsoft SQL Server database is for SQL Server now. It's for SQL Server.
SQL Server.
So, yes, people more like it. It's for SQL Server. So if you have a SQL Server like a database, and this is the port number that you must open, so that any resources can talk to that database. So I hope I've been able to help with that. So now
yes,
your NSG can be associated to, this is very powerful truth now. Your NSG can be associated to a subnet and a network interface. So you already know your network interface now, your NIC card. Okay, then the whole subnet, attach the NSG rule. Okay. So the attach NSG rule or subnet, creates the control in DMZ, which is demilitarized zone. You know, remember that we got see shape perimeter fencing fún nǹkan tí èèyàn kó sójà síwájú. So that's how your NSG works when it is attached to subnet now. Okay, so because we go to one subnet yẹn the rule yìí máa affect. Okay. So for example, if you have 3 children in your house and whatever rules they were múlẹ̀, you know, ni àwọn ọmọ yẹn máa tẹ̀lé, right? Irrespective of the rooms tó bá máa gbé nínú yàrá nínú ilé yẹn. So if another child is coming to join your children to play, set of rules tẹ̀tí filẹ̀ náà lọmọ yẹn náà máa conform sí. You understand the idea? So iṣẹ́ tí NSG máa ṣe as subnet yẹn. So if a subnet you says I allow internet connection. So that means if you have 4-5 machines in that subnet, all the 4-5 machines will have access to internet connection. But if you say I block internet connection, we'll go 4 machines and all will block, you won't be able to talk to you. You understand? So machine because there are other resources too. They only deploy in the subnet, right? Yeah. So the idea now is that your NSG can also be attached to your NIC, and your NIC is attached to your virtual machine. So basically, there can be one set of rules at the subnet surface, and then another set of rules at the NIC surface. So basically, I showed you this the other time.
Okay.
So I will be by anything. This is what they are trying to show us. This association. So when you create NSG, the environment provide the information about such as the association of subnet, association of network interface, right?
Yes.
So Tebawu network NSG 1 by. It's already telling you that the same thing, the impact is 0, it has 0 subnet, but 1 network interface. So you get. So
yes,
if I click on this is network interface, NSG rule, this energy. So if I click on this energy now, custom security rule, do inbound, 0 outbound. Custom means that you customize it, Abi. But don't forget that this thing belongs to Shell. So that Shell has already done 2 customization. What I mean, if you customize it, it's more custom in here. So meanwhile, these 3, 1, 2, 3, they are called default. Mobile machine one by default. Okay. So this is under inbound. Then this is under outbound. So you can check your outbound security rule. Outbound means that whatever thing that is going out of that machine into the environment. While inbound means that whatever that is coming in. So you want to take control of what is coming in, you understand? So all right. Let's start with that. So determine your NSG rules. Security rules in network NSG rule enable you to filter the network, the type of network traffic that can flow in and out of your virtual network and virtual interface. So content NSG she don't share and be firewall, you know.
Okay.
So, but it's not firewall because we share some set of rules.
Some set of rules. Okay.
Yes, get. So those your rules are either based on allow or deny. Imagine rule here simple. Is either you allow internet services or you deny internet services. Do you understand the idea?
Yes.
Okay, so if you go back to this place now, you can see that it's talking about adding
Name.
adding yes.
Several.
That NSG rule now. You want to create that rule now. So you want to create that rule. You can actually click on it and say, okay, you want to create that rule. So this is how you can also do it. You can edit this one. Because I want to create rule really. You can edit it. You understand? So I can just edit it. So in the place of writing, you provide name, priority, port number, protocol, source, destination. Okay. So if I go back to this show machine, 33 maybe inbound rules, inbound port rules, cherry priority, cherry name, cherry port number, cherry protocol, cherry source, cherry destination, action. So all this information I might provide if you want to create a new rule. But for now, I will create any rule. So you can create a new rule and say my source should be from a service tag. Okay. So source should be from the internet or service network, virtual network. Okay. Source port, education, service. Let the service be SSH or RDP. This is RDP. You could automatically move port number RDP, which is 2389.
Yeah.
Right? Then the action is you should allow or deny. So we have priority, which is 410. Do you understand the idea?
Yeah.
You can change your priority. If I have a priority of 200, you are only saying that you should run it first before you run anything other thing. So, I wasn't planning on creating this rule.
We are not trying to create it.
No, I wasn't planning. I wasn't planning on doing that. I wanted to press cancel. I don't know why I did that. I press create, so I will just delete it. But that means you already know how to create your rule. So You're supposed to add there, allow tag, inbound, blah, 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 blah. So let me just delete it because it's not a rule that we want to use. Okay, so now, so the same thing. So there's something I want you to know about this that you should hold on to. Number one, from your inbound, there are 3 default rules. Metal. So I want 65,000 above here. Okay, 65,000 above. So here you say allow VNet inbound. So this rule is simply saying, okay, let's start from here. This last rule. On the first rule, also deny all inbound. You know, when you need to grow, so you get, it's saying deny all inbound. But if you deny every inbound, you'll be able to talk to your machine now, right? So
No.
there comes another rule that says allow only Azure load balancer. What if you are not creating any balancer, but it can open it, then anything coming from other balancer is, then you have the third one that says allow VNet inbound. That is virtual network inbound. That is any services tó wà nù the same virtual network yẹn tó fẹ́ bá machine sọ̀rọ̀ kó allow ẹ̀. From VNet to VNet, allow. Then this one says allow your HTTP, allow. Then RDP, allow. So, of course, I guess you already know what I'm trying to say now. So the same thing for the outbound.
Okay.
See? So
Yes,
determine
sir.
NSG effective rule. So kí ni effective rule yìí? So it's very simple. NSG are evaluated independently and allow rule will exist at both level, otherwise traffic will not be allowed. So kí ni kan tó ń tọ́ láti sọ? Ẹ wo diagram yìí. This is the internet, this is your TCP ports. This is the name of the port number, this is the name of the port, the protocol, HTTP. Okay. Now look at this. This is our virtual network in Dubai. This virtual network is broken into 3. We have subnet 1, subnet 2, subnet 3, right?
Yes.
So okay, so Sherry, can you tell me what have you done? Sherry, put me in Dubai.
Yeah, that's going to be.
So not call NSG1, NSG2. So if you buy anything, kò sí bí rárá. Kò sí bí buy ní VM2 ṣe but ní VM3 ó wà níbí, ní VM4 kò sí níbẹ̀. So now, please, I want you to look into this diagram very well. A sọ̀rọ̀ kankan lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn, a sọ pé your NSG can be attached to where and where.
Security group.
Your NSG, which is network security group, can be attached to where and where, or what and what.
It can be attached to subnet and virtual machine.
Yes, which is your NIC. The NIC
Yes.
side virtual machine. Okay, so nǹkan tá a sọ yẹn òun lẹ́ ń wo diagram yìí. So ẹ wo VM1. VM1 has a NIC2 attached to its network interface. So just assume that this NSG2 at its network interface will be work on the machine. But because of what they want to explain to you, so that you can understand. Right?
Yeah.
Now look at your NSG1 is attached to this line. Is this not a subnet?
It is.
So whatever rules to one NSG1, how many machines do affect?
NSG1, right? The 2 machines with.
God bless you.
Yeah, the two machines in first open.
The advanced it,
Yeah.
You understand? So because energy tó máa gbé sí edge of your subnet, gbogbo nǹkan tó bá wà nínú ẹ̀ ló máa affect. So
Yeah.
if you say allow traffic internet níbi NSG1 yìí, if you say allow traffic internet, mo fẹ́ béèrè question lọ́wọ́ yín ni o, to check your understanding. So NSG1 is attached to my subnet, and you know that everything inside the subnet, the NSG1 ma control. It's like the instructions the father of the house has laid down, right? So nobody there goes against the rule of the father, right?
Yeah.
Then your nick is the instruction of the mother. So assuming there are two wives, so the nick is also of the mother to the children. You understand? So whatever the father has said, both wives, Luma, Furifa, that was compliant, right?
Yeah.
So now look at the NSG2 is the mother. So these are the children. Okay, so no. You understand? So with that idea now, let's go back to this diagram again. So the very big question, if you allow, let's say you have allowed this NSG, you have allowed, one of the rules you set is allow internet, access to internet, that is from inbound. Machine. That's NSG1, is allow. But NSG2, deny all inbound. So mo fẹ́ béèrè, which of the machines will you be able to enter? Or will the internet communication be able to enter? Why?
So please take your arrow away from the place. Arrow yẹn pọ̀ gan. How did you do? Okay, so back to the question.
Okay. You have about 4-5 arrows moving. Don't put it.
Ilé ìfẹ́ tó 16.
Voice network.
I thought you actually did it. Mo like it, Okay, so what's your problem? I'm interacting with my teacher, my lecturer.
Who is that?
Okay. It's one old man like that, Jerry. Hey, brother, you are disturbing me. I should have done this thing upstairs. Hey, God, yeah.
You need attention.
You need attention. Which man ṣe ni àgbàlagbà tó máa ń fi àgbàlá rẹ̀ mọ jẹ́jẹ́ ni. Enjoy the reflection yìí padà Jerry. So which network? Okay. Which of the subnet would this thing, the machine, right? Which of the machine would this thing enter? The first one says allow, the second one says deny all.
Yes.
So based on what you have said,
so not based on what you have understood.
And based on what I've been taught, that's what I want to say. Based on what I've been taught,
You're pushing the responsibility back to me. Based on what I understood.
Okay, based on what I've been taught and I understood. The first rule already. When we start from, okay, so let me see. If this one says, first security group says allow, no deny all. The second one says allow, deny. It will take responsibility for the first, because first year about the Solomon affect you. So this internet will pass through.
Pass through where and where. There are 2 VMs. So you need to give me each scenario.
Okay. Okay, for VM1, right? which is SSG in VM2. So VM2 yeah, is an open entrance in the end, you know.
Are you sure there's no? Are you sure there's no SNG in VM2?
I've seen it now. VM2. The first, okay, this is the thing. The internet will go to the internet will go to VM1 and VM2 based on the allow that is on SSG, because SSG is attached to all the over attached to the subnet itself, right?
Okay.
Virtual machine one, which is the subnet here gone. Okay, so the SSG one is the security for the whole subnet. That's one.
Yes, you can say
Then
something like that. Yes.
the SS2, the NSG2 is for the VM1.
Yes, I like analysis.
So
taking responsibility.
So based on this thing now, so the allowed which SS1 says will go to the network, the internet will go to VM2, but because this one says do not allow anything, I don't think it will allow anything to pass through to the VM1.
Yes, because you are right. Because at the NSG2, what is deny rule, right?
Yeah.
So the idea is only VM2 will be able to talk to the port 80 internet access to
Exactly.
You understand? Even though VM1 have access to talk to port 80 because it has been set to allow in NSG1, but you see that NSG2 has blocked. So my focus start that okay. Which is NSG1 at the subnet level, then go to the internal level. So now look at the same number subnet 2.
Okay, for the subnet 2, what is it saying?
Look at it now. Using the same scenario.
Okay, using the same scenario. Let me see. For the same scenario, since there is no so there's no the second the VNet, I mean subnet 2 and subnet 3 do okay wait
No, subnet 3
2
rather.
subnet 3
1 and 2. Okay, I'll say we are talking
is
about
3 and
subnet
4,
2. Stick to subnet 2 VM3.
and that's what I'm saying. Yes, subnet 2 VM3. It's what is share the same thing. Okay, for the subnet 3, it will not speak if
Subnet 2 VM3.
Sorry, subnet 2 VM3 with the same rule, right? It will not allow any way to, if the internet is coming, we could see only security, we need SSG1. So there's nothing talking to it from that way. It will not allow at all.
Why? Why?
Because it already says it's not allowed. Is that not the same scenario? The same scenario.
Which is the same. So what I wanted to know here, you are right. Why? Because this, based on Gotan rules, VM3 will not be able to talk to
Internet, 8.8,
You
yeah.
understand? Why? Because it's using the same, it's using one call NSG3, NSG2.
Yeah.
So the idea is this: you only in this diagram you are looking at, you have 3 subnets, 1, 2, 3. You have 4 virtual machine, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 2 NSG, even though on your NSG metas B, 2 NSG, one is NSG1, then one is NSG2. Share NSG2 here, you can attach your NSG to different interfaces. So one way or the other, NSG2 has been attached to VM1 and VM3 at the same time.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
You might look a bit strange.
I get you. I
NSG,
get what you're saying.
this is your NSG. Cherry NSG is a set of rules. Even though at the time is a set of rules. So this set of rules can be attached to different devices. You understand? It can be associated with only one network interface. So this same NSG, you can pick it and go and associate the same formula, the same instruction, the same set of rules. Can you associate them with another machine?
As many machine as possible.
This same NSG, you can pick it, the same information, the same set of rules. You cannot go and attach it to another subnet entirely. Just one NSG. So control money is a set of security rules. So let's look at scenario 4.
So for scenario 4, it will be able to talk to the HTTP port because there's no security group there.
Exactly. So when we don't explain. So there's what we call effective security rule. So what that one will do, what it does is, say if you have several NSG and you're not sure which security rules are being applied, you can use effective security link. For example, verify the security rule being applied to the network interface. So what this is saying is that if I have this NSG currently, and I know it's on top of my machine, and there are a lot of NSG, but me one more, rules what is specified, you know, and I want to know how these rules need to work. But we need proper understanding. So you come to what we call effective security rule, Lori NSG. But before you can get that, the machine must be running. So of course, this machine is already running. Okay, so look at the effective security rule. That's something. Virtual machine name, VM, which means one can change the virtual machine. The network interface, one can have more than the network interface. So all this cover, this is the rule. So if I click on this, the same thing, which is name, priorities, or source port, but the effective security rule, we'll explain further. Okay, look at this RDP. It has the priority of 300, but the source is everything. It can come from anywhere, which is 0.000/0/0/0. Then the source port will be from 0 to 655. That this source port means it can come from any of these ports, okay, into the destination IP. But the destination port must be 3389. In fact, could possibly 33890. But it's allowed. This one too, the same thing. But if it's virtual network now, it can use the destination port of 0 to 65,000. So if it's why you know that one can. Okay. Let's so you can create NSG. So create NSG will create like on delete money. So you can normally create it. So if you want to create it, you look at the source range, star. Custom custom ownership, contributor role, owner role, leader role. So for instance, star means everything, right? You can read all. So services, you can say the service can be RDP or HTTP or SSH or a particular SQL server, like that. So you provide your service, you provide your port range, then you provide your priority, then you provide your notes. Okay. Then this is the last one I want you to also learn tonight before you go. So you have learned about NSG, or there's other one called Application Security Group. So let me show you here. So if I go back to my home, go back to my virtual machine. Go back to my virtual machine. So inside this virtual machine, of course, you can see a lot. So let me go to the NSG. I'm trying to learn.
Okay.
So now look at your NSG, sir. You know, I told you your NSG is, you can configure in the four different places. Number one, your inbound port. Number two, your outbound port.
Outbound
Then
ports,
look at number three, application
load balance,
security. Then number four, load balancer.
balancer.
So please don't forget. Okay? So there is no application that I attach anymore. So now what this is saying is that implement application security group. Under network security group, no normal configure any number. Okay. So your ASG, this time around now, enable you to configure network security as a natural extension of an application structure. So you then can group VM and define work security policies based on those groups. Marshall, I think you can also reuse your security pool and scale without maintenance of expensive IT. So the platform manages the complexity of the IT and multiple sets, allowing you to focus on your business. Now, this is what they are trying to say. Your ASG enables you to configure security as a natural extension of this. Then you can also group VM to define network security policies. So look at this diagram. Look at this diagram, sir.
Okay.
So this is your network. So it's not a network, really.
Okay.
So the whole first cycle is your network, your VNet rather. So your VNet has what we call an NSG. You understand? So inside of your VNet virtual network, you have two subnets, right?
Yes, application.
So nínú subnet yẹn sìn, wọ́n kó àwọn similar virtual machines based on function now. Wọ́n kó wọn sójú kan. Do you agree?
Yes.
So these two functions now, they are functioning as web servers. Okay. Meanwhile, these ones are functioning as database, checking all the app, right? Now,
yes.
Each subnet, that is your application security gateway.
Okay.
You understand? So, ideally, Dragon is your internet, right? Is your internet. So, of course, when we say web server, no matter what, that web server is hosting a particular web. So the web will be on an internet someday. So which means that resources, people on the internet must be able to visit the web. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
So thank you. Now, what this diagram is simply saying is that any traffic coming from the internet, you get, just imagine that this your ASG here, your application security group is by this side. Then imagine that your NSG is by this side. So it means that any traffic coming from the internet has to go through the NSG, right? And then from the NSG goes into the application server, right? And then enter into web server. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So now look at the source, port, destination. So what they are trying to say is that the source of this traffic is coming from this internet, which is over the internet. The destination is where? The web server.
Yes.
So whether we like it or not, this traffic now, you go through these two things, right? These two things, which is your, you know.
And I'm here. Security
So,
group application.
Exactly. So what internet into web server. You have to go through this port. This is port 80 and then port 443.
Okay.
So these two must make sure that the traffic fulfill this righteousness, all this righteousness here. So now based on the application group, ìtumọ̀ ẹni pé ṣe náà group àwọn guys yìí based on their application, not just on web what's it called? Maybe some web stuff. No, they are grouped based on the application. So all web servers are grouped together because they are functioning as web servers. All database servers are grouped together because they are functioning as database. You know, maybe all DNS server or based on whatever server they are grouped together. So what's the group one based on that? You get what's the group one where, because all this one is web server, all this one is app server, any other one, what's the group there? So now instead of the NSG now at the edge, one low application application whatself now, application security group, so that gbogbo information yẹn only applies to gbogbo application to one bẹ, gbogbo information nípa only applies to information application to one bẹ. So in this illustration, ASG protect the web server, these web servers and application servers. So each ASG can have different access rules, and NSG wrap both ASG to provide an additional level of security. You understand? So wisdom none. So ASG to protect the group, you know. So application security group have the following constraints. They are limited to the number you can have in subscription. Okay. So you can prefer one ASG as the source and destination in a security group. So the idea is this: ASG group, yes, the internet is the source for this guy, right? But this guy, web server, is the source for your SQL server. You understand the idea? So I think that is it. So summary: application security group along with NSG have brought multiple benefits to your security details, security area. A simple management experience, increased limits in multiple dimensions, a great level of simplification. Okay. We have this demonstration to create an NSG. But well, I don't really think there's any energy you want to create, except you want to add it to a group. Okay. So which we can create later. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll copy this and send to you for you to create. Let me go to okay, so check our chat. I'm sending you some shots. So when you are less busy, you can work on it. This is not what
Bonile.
forget. That was that. You know, it's a copy to a keyboard. Got some copy of copy. Yeah. Copy of copy. No, okay, it's a copy. Demonstration energies. So I want you to do this without my guidance. So that
You'll be surprised.
yeah, I want you to surprise me. So do that one. That's your take home.
That's my
Your
assignment.
It's very simple. In this demonstration, you will explore NSG
See,
service.
this thing is crazy. Today now it's copying. Yesterday, screenshot launching.
As in so first, access the energy blade. So access portal, search for energy group. Then if you have a virtual machine, you already have an energy. Notice the ability to target. So Michi, you already have a virtual machine. In fact, you should be having two energy.
I have two energy.
You have to, because there's one you created, there's one other one we created yesterday or 2 days ago. But I'm trying to see in the server. So it's easier for you to manipulate when you don't have to already. So now add a new NSG. You can go and create another one so that you follow the instruction they are saying here, because they might want you to achieve one or two goals.
Okay.
Okay, location. So wait for the energy to deploy. So after deploying it, employ and explore inbound and outbound view. Select your new energy. This is the energy can be associated with subnet. And I go on to repeat it. So this is the 3 inbound. You already know the 3 inbound and 3 outbound energy. So under the setting, select inbound. Look at default rules. Click on add. Click basic. Use service drop down. Okay. Blah 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 blah. So this is a simple assignment. So please work on it. So now let's check your knowledge. Are you ready?
Hey,
just 3
let's
questions.
do it. Your company has 2 NSG security rules for inbound traffic from your web servers. There's an allow rule with a priority of 200, and there is a deny priority of 150. If you take a print selection, there's allow rule is going from big to small.
So which one?
The rule that was created. Wait, your company has 2 NSG group web server. There's an allow rule with a priority of 200. There's a deny rule. The rule that was created first takes precedence. The rule that was created first.
So which one are you taking? So there's something I need to let you know. There's something I need to let you know about all these rules. Is that when this is the virtual machine. So in all of these rules, this one is the first rule to incorporate. Okay, but it's saying deny all, right?
Yes.
Let me go to it's saying deny all. So this rule now, this first one only deny all inbound. That's the first rule that was created. But later, this one was later created. One for priority to carry C right?
Yes.
So which means that if any traffic is coming, I will consider this one. Also consider this one.
Okay.
So it means that it is only consider, but based on this rule now, you can only consider any traffic coming from Azure load balancer. So if the traffic is not coming from Azure load balancer, it will move to this one, deny. Then I will create Eleketaji, which is VNet inbound. So this one now, often priority to what lower sílẹ̀. So the traffic is coming. It's first of all check, am I coming from
Virtual
the
network.
virtual network into another virtual network? If it is not, tó bá jẹ́ pé àti ta ló ti ń bọ̀ àti your own prem, ó máa béèrè, àwa move sílẹ̀. Okay, you are not coming from the virtual network. Okay, àwa move sílẹ̀. Are you coming from load balancer? You are not coming from load balancer. I can't move, I can't deny it.
Yeah.
Get. So if this one is custom 8080 port 8080, you relate answer from like maybe 4 VMs or where. So to my bid okay, this port is coming from the internet. Is the HTTP request? If it is not, and okay, is the HTTP request coming from the virtual network? If it is not, is it coming from a load balancer? If it is not, denial. Then you now move to RDP. Is this request an RDP request? If it is not, is it an HTTP request? If it is not, just get. So the prudence is the priority about security because we know how better. That's what I'm to okay. So at okay, this mama was silent. So now, in order for you to answer your question, read it again and answer that question straight.
Your question, your company has two SSH rule for inbound traffic from the web server. There's an allow rule with a priority of 200 and there's a deny rule of priority of 150. Which one take precedence? Deny from the, so the traffic is actually coming from the web server. So if it's coming from priority 200, which one is allow priority of 200? Allow rule, okay. And there's a denial of 150. So if it's come from traffic 200, if it come from web server and has traffic of 200, the allow rule takes precedence. The allow rule takes precedent over the denial rule. So up Lombo. So the 200, okay, so the 150 is 1 and 200. So if you come from web server, the denial rule takes precedence. That is 150.
Which one?
150. The denial rule takes precedence.
Which one?
2. Number B.
I got it.
I got it. Which of the following is the default inbound rules? Which
Don't
of
make
the
mistake of this one. You are tricky girl.
Which of the following is a default inbound rule? Select one. Allow inbound from.
Shall we get default metal inbound.
Default meta. The first one is
denial.
Deny all.
Next one is
allow from
load balancer.
From load balancer. Then allow from VNet.
What's the main answer here?
Which of the following is a default inbound security rule? Allow traffic from any external access to any Allow inbound come from any VM to any VM into virtual. Allow inbound coming from any virtual to other within the subnet. Fourth, allow inbound coming from any VM to any other VM within the subnet with the virtual network. If this one is coming from deny or load balancer, virtual machine. Within the subnet, so subnet, virtual machine and subnet, so virtual machine and subnet. I'll take any VM in the subnet. I'll take A.
You take A.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
I like the way you took your time to answer it. Shows almost something virtual machine, virtual network, so it shows that you are really grabbing it and okay.
Your company wants to simplify network security group rule by using service tag. Which of the following is valid service tag? Select virtual network. Use the service tag. Virtual network. VPN gateway. VPN gateway.
It's actually virtual network.
Service network. Okay.
The name of the service. Okay. The group of IP address. So okay, so no problem. We'll end the class here. Yeah.
Okay, that.
If not, see the
Video. About me send it. Should be about the first up link. Only will access the rest of it.
You have access to the rest.
Please send me the link. I don't know where it is.
I will send. At the
Even if
moment,
I'm
it's
not
fit.
this one, I want to see the other ones. I've not seen them actually.
I will. We get to share what. But I will do it. I'll send you. I'll send you. So I'm not going to share assignments here.
I'll do it because anything about I'll do it now.
That's better.
I want to sit down and do it now before.
So continue in our next class. We continue our Azure firewall. So I think clear booking in here. So that makes sense.
What put to make him normal car by look.
Okay.
I like him to be my tongue.
As you do, I'm not worry. Anytime now you're ready, like you really